Matthew chapter 26, verses 59 to 68, and then Mark 15, 12 to 20. Now the chief priests and the whole council were looking for a false testimony against Jesus, so that they might put him to death. But they found none, though many false witnesses came forward. At last 2 came forward and said, "This fellow said, 'I am able to destroy the temple of God and to build it in 3 days.'" The high priest stood up and said, "Have you no answer? What is it that they testify against you?" But Jesus was silent. Then the high priest said to him, "I put you under oath before the living God. Tell us if you are the Messiah, the Son of God." Jesus said to him, "You have said so, but I tell you, from now on you will see the Son of Man, seated at the right hand of power and coming on the clouds of heaven." Then the high priest tore his clothes and said, "He has blasphemed. Why do we still need witnesses? You have now heard his blasphemy. What is your verdict?" They answered, "He deserves death." Then they spat in his face and struck him. And some slapped him, saying, "Prophesy to us, you Messiah. Who is it that struck you?" Pilate spoke to them again. "Then what do you wish me to do with the man you call the King of the Jews?" They shouted back, "Crucify him." Pilate asked them, "Why? What evil has he done?" But they shouted all the more, "Crucify him." So Pilate, wishing to satisfy the crowd, released Barabbas for them, and after flogging Jesus, he handed him over to be crucified. And then the soldiers led him into the courtyard of the palace, that is the governor's headquarters. And they called together the whole cohort, and they clothed him in a purple cloak, and after twisting some thorns into a crown, they put it on him. And they began saluting him, "Hail, King of the Jews!" They struck his head with a reed, spat upon him, and knelt down in homage to him. After mocking him, they stripped him of the purple cloak and put on his own clothes on him. And then they led him out to crucify him. This is the word of the Lord.
You know, through this time of social distancing, I'm hearing from people quite a lot. And although you hear a little bit about fear of the virus, I think the thing that I'm hearing a lot of people struggle with at this point in time is more loneliness. Not spending time with those who support us emotionally. We haven't been abandoned, but we struggle to sit with our friends and our colleagues and our loved ones. Phone calls and Zoom chats, they are great, but they're only a substitute for the real thing. Jesus here has been abandoned by those who have been with him up until now. And now the world is turning against him. Falsely accused, put on trial filled with lies and false accusations, and then finally thrown to the cross to appease an angry mob. We sit here at the edge of Good Friday, and Jesus is the suffering servant that the scriptures foretold. Let us gather together tomorrow at 9 a.m. to remember the cross.